Welcome back to Catching Up with Katie. So we are filming this video before we go out of town. And so we literally filmed a Catching Up with Katie like a couple of days ago. Not much has happened. I hate to tell you, it's gotten cold in Tennessee. Not much happened.
It's snowing.
It is snowing. That is true. I'm a hunting widow at the moment. My husband has left me. The reason I'm telling you this now is because he'll be back in town by the time this goes up. So I'm not afraid for my life. I don't tell anyone when he's out of town because I don't want someone to come like skin me in my bed. But he's been gone for a week. I forgot what it's like to have a husband. So that's the only thing that's like really gone on with me. And I figured this idea, we looked up a bunch of games. I was like, well, what if, because we don't have a lot of like meat for this video, what if we just play like 4 different games? Look at Nate. He's already got his little. It doesn't work anymore.
We'll fix it in post.
I'm
just kidding. We will not do that. That would be so much work.
We did it 5 times, so.
So we're gonna play like 4 different games. I don't honestly know which 4 games yet. You're gonna figure it out because it will have been done by then. But we're just flying by the seat of our pants. So the first one, everyone has requested. Like, I'm not saying this just so that I can do it. A lot of people have wanted to see y'all answer questions again. So Abigail's going to be our
They just
answer
want to see me
board.
fail.
Abigail's going to be our answer board. That's the correct answer. And then you two we're going to test your knowledge.
Let's
it's been a minute.
Do it.
I'm thinking this is a new daily wear. I'm kind of feeling pretty tough in this right now. I'm not going to lie.
They all wore
That
their
is
like
kinda
gold letter
tough.
gear.
Okay,
And
Queens. What's the verdict?
You only have long johns underneath. He was like, I'll just wear my long johns.
Look like a cowboy.
Do you have like the red long johns underneath it?
Nope, it's this.
Okay.
Which this is Mary wool, by the way, and it's merino wool.
I need some of that. I was
You
looking
do.
at my stuff and it's all polyester.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to wear that anymore, I don't think.
No, I have literally been thinking that for 8 years, and then finally I said, okay, I have to get some.
I need some natural
Yeah,
fibers.
just something you can throw on under clothes.
Yeah.
That's temperature regulating, so
Send me
you
a-
don't get
send me
too
a
hot.
link.
I will.
I did not prepare questions for this, by the way. I have not prepared anything for this episode. This is
Us either.
we just needed
Which makes it so much different from any other episode that we've done.
Let's rock today.
Okay.
Let it rock, let it rock. We could do a Pictionary.
That'd be good.
I don't know what that is, though. I just know the name of it.
It's an art game. Some people play
By
it.
the way, it's not just us 4 in here either. We do have 2 other additions that are hanging out, but you just can't see them because they have burrowed. So Kimmy is right here. Kimmy is right here. She is so cold. This is Kimmy's least favorite time of the year. It's sweater weather, but she needs like a parka. She's so cold. So she goes back in here.
Your light works.
Okay,
My
I'm
light
just
works.
coming up with questions.
I was pushing the wrong button.
Question.
They all work.
Well, number 1.
I'm just coming up with questions like off the top of my head. Abigail has expressed who her favorite horse is on multiple occasions. One horse that she has always favored. Who is that horse? I forgot I should set a timer. How long do we give them? 30
I don't
seconds?
feel like it should be very long.
15 seconds?
Yeah. He doesn't know.
He doesn't even know a name to guess. You can't show yet. Okay, 5, 4. Write down an answer.
Just put something
put
down.
something.
This is more of a how well do you know your friend?
I know. But literally, the only reason I'm taking...
Not very well.
He put happy. There's no doubt he just put happy. He got it.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you take
Okay.
so long?
Because literally, like, I wish you could go inside my head for a second. I was literally, it was
don't
literally
wanna
like
go.
rewinding a tape record because we just had this conversation. And I was going, I was like, I know it's in there somewhere.
Okay.
What was it? Junie B. Jones. Yeah. Click.
I am putting a little note together with y'all's scores. So you both just got a
I'll
point.
know. I know what it is. That's so Raven.
I need like not a whiteboard, but like a notebook or something. But okay, you both got a point.
Nice.
Okay.
Good job, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I was like,
ninth
there's no
inning.
way he didn't just put happy. Like, that's always his go-to.
I was gonna put Ethel for the long time, but I knew it wasn't Ethel.
Okay. Out of the baby goats that were born this past summer, 4 were kept in-house between me and Abigail. Which 4 baby goats were kept? Okay. And start. You have 30 seconds.
How about name 4 baby goats?
Total. Just ever.
Golly.
What was even-
I'm making stuff up.
Yeah, I know the ones that left actually, but not the ones that stayed.
What are the ones that left?
I know Edward and Bella and Jacob left,
Edward and Bella and Jacob.
or not Bella, but Edward and Jacob left.
Last year.
Last was that? Yeah, I guess so.
Last
Dang.
year.
Ugh. Well, that was it. What even is there left? This wasn't the Bubbles year.
Oh my god.
She's
She's dead.
Dead for a long time.
She died tragically last year or earlier this year. I don't remember.
No, it was exactly a year ago, actually, like last November.
okay. I'm really running
Okay,
out
are,
of
you,
options.
are y'all
Okay.
ready?
Well, you were given a minute.
Okay,
Matt, write
okay.
something down.
Okay.
So write something down. I'll give you a hint. There's 4.
You already said there were 4.
Did I?
Yes.
He already
The
did.
preface was 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Name 4 goats. I'll give you a hint. They're
There's
goats.
4.
All right.
Okay.
Show what you
No,
have.
you don't show yours. I was going to say they got to show theirs first. Oh my gosh.
Bean and parsley.
You got one correct.
Bean is right.
Bean is right.
I kept wanting to say stalk, but it was sprouts. I was like, it's not beanstalk. That can't be
Bean
right.
sprout. And then briar and bloom.
I was gonna say bean, but I thought that was just my cat, and I was just making that up. And that
She
was.
has bean and sprout.
Man, I forgot about that whole era. Dang.
I kept briar and bloom.
I thought you had bean and stalk. I
Oh,
could have
stalk.
never told you Briar.
Okay,
and
no
Bloom.
points for anyone on that.
Oh,
one.
I got one
stalk.
right. I won a 4.
No. You want a .25?
Yeah. I'll take a .25. Take what I can get.
We're also making up the scoring system as we do this.
Yes. Okay. This should be an easy one. This should be an easy one.
Okay.
How many foals are there to be born in 2026? Hey, counting the minis.
You know, I was just thinking about this the other day, and this was a different number after we did all the breeding stuff than what the original number was when we were getting excited for foaling season. But whenever you put the minis together to it, now that brings it up. But the question is, how many minis?
Are you thinking or not?
Now, are you thinking minis that are going, are they being
No, that are having babies in 2026.
not necessarily, yeah, okay.
But I will give you the hint. Everyone who's pregnant right now is having babies in 2026. We
Right.
don't have any that are
No borderliners?
no.
And which ones got pregnant last year?
No.
Almost got you.
I could have used it too.
Almost.
It's just the number. You don't got to name them. You just got to have a number. Matt, are we waiting on you?
Oh, you already
Hang
got
on.
yours?
I just read
actually, I'm doing math.
Do you want me to help you?
No.
Confidence at an all-time low.
I'm like 50%.
I mean, I've got to be close, but I
Big
don't know the
horses?
answer. It is a wild guess.
That's what I had.
Okay.
That's probably what I have.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Reveal. Nita, what do you got it? There's 9.
12?
There's 9 big foals.
I knew that. I had 9.
Okay, and then there's only 3 minis.
Oh my gosh,
What?
dude.
9 foals?
I was close, dude. I was 1 mini off,
I couldn't
dude.
remember if I was.
How many
I
did
thought
you
it was.
think we had?
I thought we had 11 foals.
We
and
did,
3
but
minis.
2 didn't work out.
And that's where I got 14.
Well,
11 and 3.
at the end of breeding season, I think we had. No,
We had
zero.
we had 11 to begin with.
There.
We-
Who am I missing? Because I thought I initially was like, okay, it's 9, and then the minis was 3. But then I was trying to count the pregnant mares, and I could only get 8. Okay, so Raven, Indy, Phoebe, Happy, Annie, Charlotte, Lexi, Maggie, Ricky. That's who I was missing.
So I bought a pregnant mare, but so we only had 8 actually, and then I bought a pregnant mare.
Why did I think we had 11?
I don't know. I think we tried for 11.
That's what it was.
Maybe that's what it was.
And we did
Because
not
I remember there
succeed.
was hype for more than what we ended
It
up
was
doing.
supposed to be. I think we just kept saying like 8
Yeah.
to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we were trying to like get there, and it just didn't work out
Makes
that way.
sense,
We
that
had a
makes
rough
sense.
end of breeding season.
Yeah.
We're lucky to have 9, honestly. And then out of the minis, it's Regina, Karen, and Coco. Coco is due in February.
Wow.
Could
I
have
can't
it.
believe, dude. I would
Could
really
have
had
it in
that.
January.
And I was
That's
right.
crazy.
We have on Running Springs Farm 2 bulls that are our herd bulls. What are their names?
Um,
2 of them.
2?
There's the heifer bull and the regular bull. And the regular bull, we like collect for semen and ship it everywhere and all the things. Me and you, Nate, made a video
I know we did.
recently that included both of these.
I can hear you saying full sentences, but every time you get to that word, it just.
You don't even know one of them.
I know one of them.
Oh, gosh.
I feel like I'm giving the easiest question.
Oh. I mean, a first letter. would-
No.
No.
It really would, wouldn't it?
No.
And it would not give it away either.
It would. I'll give you last letter
Okay.
of
Of one of them.
one of them. Why?
I gotta be honest, that didn't help me.
That helps me.
It does?
Yeah.
He's still not writing that.
Write it
Right,
down
no.
then.
Hold
If
on.
it helps you, write it down.
It does help me because it was the one I needed.
It's
I
also the
figured.
one I need.
Could be Jerry. Could be Gary. Could be Jeffrey.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. One of them is 2 words.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like when you spell it?
I don't know how it's done
It's
on
not
these
helping
papers,
me.
but
That, if anything, that has just stirred more doubt in my mind
You
whatsoever.
don't know. They don't know.
they don't.
I do because I can remember. All right. I'll just have to blank it.
Put something down.
Why
5,
2 words?
4, 3,
Why 2 words?
2.
No, I don't. I just don't have
One.
what?
Justice and okay, so y'all both got justice right. You both
Yeah.
get a half of a point.
Sugar Daddy.
Why was I saying Montgomery Gentry?
I kept saying blueberry, bro. As soon as I heard it ended in a Y, I
Blueberry.
said blueberry in my head, and it never left.
Montgomery was so hard in my head.
Okay, so you both get half of a point.
Hey, Abigail.
So now you
Now
have
Nate is 0.25.
no.
Abigail still.
Nate is 1.75 and Matt is
Dude, if he beats me by
1.5.
0.25, that would be a
What do you
little bit of
want?
bull crap. Could you hand me that
no
coffee, please? It's just such an obstacle. Thank you, Nate. Well, just really anybody who didn't have to get out from behind this little corner. Thank you.
Anyone but you.
Who was behind this corner?
Okay, next question.
What's Moo's middle name?
She's got to be out for this question. People have to look at her in the face. Okay, will you take? There's kind of 2 forms to that question, though.
I'll take either answer.
I've got to answer it since you're the one that
I'll take either.
because I have one that's my favorite to call her.
fake friend.
Yeah, big time on this one.
You don't know either?
Moo is her it's
I know.
just
I know some
Moo's her first name.
nicknames.
yes,
Webb is her last name.
right.
What's her middle name?
I know it. Hold on.
I've heard it.
You, yeah,
Yeah.
you've heard it a lot.
It's got to be.
We got it.
No. I see. I think.
Nate's going to put poop.
No, I think this is more of a nickname, though. I don't think this is a true middle.
I feel like you're going to put...
Lucifer.
Yeah,
Is that what you
that's
put?
that's
Yeah.
not correct. So try
Moo
again.
Mustafa.
I actually just put Safer.
But whenever y'all are saying it, I think you're doing it for Lucifer. I'm doing it for Mustafar from Star Wars.
Okay, so neither one of you know. Is that what you put as well?
Mujin. I don't have anything.
Have you ever heard?
If I was gonna put anything, it would have been Lynn.
What's really funny is Millie's middle name is Millie Jean.
I've been like
Savannah's
just
middle name
off
is
the mark
Lynn.
all day.
I was gonna put Lynn.
It's Lewis.
It's Louis
Ah.
/ Louise.
Okay.
It's Louise, but you could
Yeah,
say Lewis.
Lewis.
Okay.
Have you
Louise.
have you ever heard that?
Yeah,
a couple times.
Okay, so
It's not common though.
my mom's middle name
I hear
is Louise.
Lucifer way more often.
Actually,
Okay, next game.
I kind of think we should do the game where we try to guess the same word again. That was fun.
That
I
was
like
fun.
that. We should
That
do
was
that.
fun.
Okay. So we pair up, but then we have to like
Yeah.
each person pairs. So where we try to say the same word. So you each say a word, and then the next round you try to use those two words to then. I think it's just more self-explanatory
Yeah.
once you start going.
Who paired last time?
You were
We
the
started-
best.
You were very good at it.
You were very good at
Was
this
it y'all two and then us?
And then
one. Everybody did
everyone
everybody.
gets to pair
Okay.
together.
Okay. So are we still gonna do it that way?
Yeah, we can do that way.
Sure.
Okay.
Or do you want to do it where we start
All
off?
right, you and me first.
Okay.
Okay.
I have my word,
Hang on.
and I'm trying to go basic but interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's make it a little tough. Okay, I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Pineapple. Wow.
Okay.
Paint. and
Okay.
pineapple.
Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Yellow.
Boom!
done.
See, that's the thing. We had way too good of rounds last
Okay.
I saw you go for the
NNA
P, and I thought,
2.
there's no way.
Does that count as 2 or 1?
Yeah.
time. So for this, I was about to say for this game,
I'm about to say, how would we?
It's like how many you guess it in.
Yeah, so we both got
so you want to guess it in the least amount.
we got a 2 low score wins.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So me and Matt.
Okay.
Okay. But also, like, we want it to be fun too.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I mean, you
That
can't
was-
be punished for being
We can-
smart.
I went pineapple.
That's just what I
I
mean.
know.
That's
Okay.
just what came of it.
I'll be stupider. Let me try to think of something crazy.
My word is not
You
going to
say
be
3,
as.
we'll say 2.
All right, I'm ready.
1,
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Laser. What did you do?
Tape.
Hate.
Tape. Laser tape. Hold on.
That's a laser jet.
I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's tape. Laser. Tape.
Okay.
How about
okay.
Okay.
I don't think this is the word you're gonna say, but I think we can.
Here we go.
One.
3, 2, 1.
Utility.
Office.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I figured out some sort of the trick to this, I think.
Okay.
But I would never in a million years be able to put
Go
it into
on.
words to explain.
Go on.
Office, and utility.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
there you go.
Okay. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll give you a good
'Kay.
roll. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Supplies.
What'd you say?
Lights.
Lights.
Okay.
Supplies.
Okay.
I feel like this could go in so many directions. Okay, light supplies.
1, 2, 3.
Light
Shelf.
bulb.
No.
Shelf and light bulb. Okay.
Yeah. Light and supplies. Light bulb. Shelf and light
A
bulb.
light bulb would be a light supply.
It is. A shelf could be where you keep it.
A
though.
shelf is where you keep your light supplies.
So light bulb and shelf. We're gonna go round and round. Buddy.
I don't even know what number you're on.
We are
Four,
gonna go
okay.
round
The
and
next,
round.
if they get it on the next one, they got 5.
Okay.
We're gonna go round and round. So okay, the wavelength I'm on, I think, is a different wavelength than what you're on.
Well, we're about to find out here because I'm about to do an abrupt switch. So,
Okay, shelf and light bulb. Got it.
okay.
1, 2, 3.
Grocery
box.
store.
Homie said, "I'm about to do an abrupt switch.
You
for
left-
shelf and light bulb. Where would the light bulb be on a shelf? In a box.
Box. I'm about to go completely.
you left
That's
the house.
right on
off
key.
the
You left
rails
the
here.
house. I'm still in the room.
No, I've been in the store this whole
Oh,
time.
see, I'm in the room. You're in
I've
the
been
store.
in the store the whole time.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have box and grocery store. What could be the next word?
I'm so tickled. Just am.
It's really frustrating too when you're not the people playing this because you have
You have to
Yes.
listen to it.
I'm not frustrated.
You're not frustrated.
I'm not
frustrated.
too close. I'll slip.
Frustrated. Okay.
All right, box and grocery store.
1, 2.
I can't. Sorry, it's the same word we already said. I panicked.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Let's
Just go in a different direction.
let's go in a different direction.
Okay, well, I'm
Bail. I'm bailing.
like restarting.
I'm bailing.
No,
No,
not
no,
restart.
not restart.
Not
Okay.
restarting,
You
but I'm
just-
just bailing the concept.
Just pick something obscure and maybe
Okay.
you can make it work.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with something that's
Don't
within
tell
it.
me.
But anyway, okay.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Cashier.
Cashier and wall.
Oh my God. Why are you?
You said I'm gonna go off the rails. Cashier in the grocery store.
Right, but like,
Behind cashier.
Cashier.
and wall.
Okay, let's get out of the box here. We're thinking way too in the box.
Wall.
We are way too in the box here.
Wall.
we're way too in the grocery store right now.
Yes. All right. Out of the box here. Wall and cashier. There is one thing that those two have in common, and it is.
And it is
Okay, I've got it.
in.
I've got it.
The one thing in common,
I can't. Hold
it
on.
will be said in.
All right.
All right. Off the wall.
Katie
here.
here.
Hey, first word you think of. 1, 2, 3.
7.
Pig.
Did you say
Pig and
7?
7.
Are you? Okay.
Okay,
All right.
what-
I got. Hey. I've got it. I have
you
got it.
You have to.
No, 7
it.
and pig. I've got it
1,
here.
2,
Okay.
3.
Litter.
Winston.
What did you
It
say?
had to
Litter.
be horse. Horse.
7. The number.
7 and pig, animal, and 7. Horse.
I was thinking of like the number of pigs, like a litter, like of pigs. Do pigs have litters? Yeah.
Litter and Winston.
Litter and Winston. Sorry for that laugh.
On that note, we're getting out of here.
What's the count?
9.
9.
All right, I feel like at 10 you gotta freaking.
At 10, you give
Hey,
up.
I'll ride this train till the
Okay, you have
last
one more.
stop.
Same.
Winston and litter.
Winston and litter.
We've just not been on the same
You
brave
could
wing
go
league.
2 different directions with this.
Yeah.
I can't think of
Winston,
one to go.
Litter.
Litter. Well, I guess you could go 2 directions with it.
I'm gonna go the super literal direction.
Okay.
All right, here it comes. And 1, 2, 3.
Piglet.
Thank
Piglet.
goodness.
I thought you were gonna say litter like cat litter, and I almost said poop.
That's what I was kind of thinking poop.
Piglet and poop would
I
have
was
been
thinking
rough.
babies
I don't know if that's
or poop.
9 or 10.
It's 10.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, you asked for that.
Okay. So now
Let's get us another rapid fire session here, guys, with Katie or Nate and Abigail.
no, we're
No.
going to swap.
We're
Oh,
swapping.
yeah.
You and me?
yeah. Sure.
All right, hold on.
3, 2, 1.
Black.
Cloud.
Okay.
Oh, y'all have the ability to make this a twofer.
Probably not, though,
One.
but surely.
2, 3.
Storm.
Rain.
Oh,
I knew I was going to say
I knew
rain.
it. I almost went storm.
I almost went rain.
Okay, hold on. Storm and rain.
What could they have in common?
A couple things here. I feel like there's a Nate answer, and then I feel like...
There's an obvious answer.
Storm, rain. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Precipitation.
It was cloud for anyone that wanted to know.
I was
but-
thinking thunder.
All right, so lightning and precipitation.
They already said cloud.
Okay, I got it.
Cloud
All right,
is
here we
Nate's
go.
first word.
All right, I got it.
All right, we go.
Black cloud.
I'm wrong then.
I got it.
1, 2, 3.
Stop. I was listening to her, and I completely forgot what you just said before.
It was lightning and precipitation.
Lightning. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
And I had a word.
So we
Lightning
have
and precipitation.
lightning
Everything.
and precipitation.
I had a word, and then I was literally just cued into that and forgot it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Think it through.
Lightning
Precipitation.
and precipitation.
What did I just have? Okay, yeah, I got it. Sorry. All right, I got it.
1, 2, 3.
Weather.
Thunder.
There's literally so many few elements left regarding
There's
this.
Literally so many things.
Weather and thunder.
Are you on 4?
Weather and thunder.
Dang it. We missed our cue. We missed our chance to wrap this up.
Yeah, I don't know what you would even say anymore.
Ooh, we missed that one. We had it. We missed it after that second little
Yeah.
Time to go off the wall.
time to go off the wall.
Y'all made us
Okay.
do it.
Weather and thunder.
1, 2, 3.
Barometric
Loud.
pressure.
What did you say?
Barometric pressure.
Loud.
Yeah, but how do we go to the next one?
Barometric pressure.
Well, in my mind, I had an inner thought in my inner dialogue that was like, okay, when you take something like barometric, now this was a bad example, and a poor
sabotage.
and a poor choice. It could be sabotage, but like in my mind, it's like if you take something that's like super outlandish and then like loud, for example, then like you narrow that gap of like what they could possibly have
Okay,
in
so
common.
what? So do you have one?
No, because barometric pressure was a dumb thing to say. And I would like to revote that.
No, you got loud and BP. Go.
You ready?
Let's stick to one word answers.
Yeah, I'm ready.
1, 2.
No, I dropped it here.
I mean, I can only think of one answer that kind of incorporates both.
Does it?
It does.
I'm gonna feel really dumb if I'm wrong.
1, 2, 3.
Wind. What did you say?
I started saying mine, and then he said his, and I really did
What
feel
was
dumb.
it?
I didn't want to say it out loud.
Say it.
Say it now.
It was ears.
I mean,
What's wrong with that?
that's good. Yeah.
Okay, ears and wind.
Okay.
Thank
could
you-
go
thank you for that
super funny with
affirmation.
this if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
I don't know the funny.
I don't either.
I do.
Ears and wind. I'm ready.
You ready?
Really?
What? I don't. I'm chalking it at this
I
point. So
know,
I'm
me
just
too.
saying the first thing that comes to my mind. And I think it's a good answer. Ears. Wind.
I
This is what I hate about this game, though, is when you go too far, and then now you can't get out.
I
tried.
know. This was just the first thing that came to my head, and I think it worked.
I know, but that's the problem, is I hate it when you're that confident, because I really have no clue.
1.
Do you have one?
I'm trying to think of a one-word answer, and all I can think is earmuffs in my head, and that's not what I want to say.
Okay, but go simpler.
Okay.
Okay.
Go super simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Sound.
Owl.
Cold.
I said
What'd you
sound.
say?
I would have said
Cold.
I would have
Sound.
Sound.
Tears, wind.
Cold is
cold.
great.
said cold.
You would have said cold?
What did you say?
I said howl.
What did you say?
Sound.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
That literally.
Okay.
You
Okay.
Is you-
So
are you with me here?
This is y'all.
howl.
Okay.
Sound.
Okay.
It's so bad because I wasn't.
Howl.
And then I was.
sound.
Yes. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Wolf.
Great. 8.
Here's what also gets me
Nice.
is that you get into where like you get into these mental prisons of like, okay, it has to be a verb, or like it has
You
to be
do.
like what I know.
No one else does.
I say you
do.
subjectively to myself, but
I just should have said storm.
that is the obvious. That was the obvious.
the storm and
answer.
rain that we messed up
Yeah,
on is what
I
got
was
that whole
thinking
thing.
storm.
Okay, me and you. Okay.
That sucks.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Turquoise.
Fleas.
Fleece.
Oh,
Okay. Alrighty.
fleas, turquoise. 3, 2, 1.
Vest.
Jacket.
Jacket. Vest.
Okay.
See, this is where it can go off the rails.
No, it
Can.
doesn't need to.
Here we go.
Jacket and vest are
3, 2.
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is where
Hold on,
I
hold on.
crumbled right there, right in this moment, and then it all went downhill.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Warm.
I would have said
Okay, we know. Yes.
3, 2.
Wait.
cold and warm.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Temperature.
Hey.
Okay, how many was that? 4?
4. Well, you and Nate and you two.
So
Y'all
yeah,
have it
y'all,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
y'all
yeah.
2, and then us 2.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt.
I was gonna say, are we about to see who the problem is?
I mean, I would have admitted it.
Okay. Hang on.
My ears hurt from this beanie.
It sucks.
Take it off.
I can't.
Why?
I'm committed to the look now. People will know that I took my beanie off.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yep. Nope.
3.
He hasn't thought of a word at all.
You ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Frog.
Wood.
Frog and wood.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
I have my word.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Forest.
I was with you.
I
You
was
said pond?
I was also with you
Yeah.
though.
Okay.
Pond and forest. Okay. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Nature.
Nice.
How
I
many
would
was
not have
that?
said nature.
4 or 5?
3.
3?
I would not have said nature. I was gonna be like fairy.
That would have been a good humming one too.
It would have. It's almost 2 on the nose
Yeah.
though.
Okay.
That's when you hit him with
All
a
right, me and Nate.
bum 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 bum
Dun,
bum
dun,
bum
dun, dun.
bum.
I'm all right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Fairy.
Plain. What did you say?
Fairy.
Fairy and plain.
Okay.
You're going off of the woodland theme that I was going off of. I said mushroom.
Fairy
frog.
and plain.
It's so
Fairy
easy.
and
It's
It-
right there.
It's not.
Wait.
It is so
okay.
easy.
Okay.
It is right
No, it
there.
is. It is.
It's right there.
It
It is
is.
right there.
It is.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Travel.
No, Nate. Fairy?
What did you say? What did you say?
Fly.
Ferry.
A ferry
Ferry.
is a boat.
No, a fairy like with wings.
AI, not ER.
I thought we were going travel. I thought you picked the.
Why would you think I would ever choose a boat fairy?
Well, you're getting interesting. Okay, so we have fly and travel.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Helicopter.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. What the heck?
Was that 2 or 3?
What the heck?
think, that was 3.
wild.
All right,
That
we've
was
done
that was a little
everyone.
wild.
So I don't really know how you would tally up these points.
It's whoever won.
Nate and I had the
We did
fewest with
2,
2.
yeah.
Okay, then you both won that round.
And then we also both were on the teams that did the second best.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Wow.
What is that?
I'm practicing for
know
the coffee
my-
cart.
Do you know my actual middle name?
Oh, so I forgot that I told. Okay, so did I tell you about this?
What?
So this week, when we go to the World Show on the 14th and the 16th mornings, we have to run the coffee cart.
Oh, wow.
So we have, because VS Code Red sponsored a coffee cart at the World Show, so we have to drive it and like give people coffee and
That's
donuts
fun.
and stuff.
Donuts?
Yeah, there's donuts too.
That was not mentioned.
Wow.
We might be short on supply of donuts that we give people.
So we got to video that and like actually participate in it. And
Yeah.
whatnot. We'll see. I
I'm
feel
just
like
gonna
people-
strap GoPros and we're just gonna do like we can go live doing like the coffee thing. Like
We
people-
could.
like
Yeah.
like have a little thing up on the top. On the
yeah, dude, that
I
would
do
be
That would
feel
be
like
fun.
yeah, dude.
I do feel like people are going to be like weirded out that there's a camera there.
No, you
No.
literally just get like a little
People
stick with your
clam up.
not a camera, just your phone. You literally just have like your little thingy and stuff, and like that
We should do
taco
that.
guy.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, I did a live video this weekend where I did like a little live Q&A. Rebecca
I was on
there.
there, and I gotta tell you, I was commenting, and you never called on me.
We have to come up with something. If I do those, I either need an iPad and either moderators that are appointed within there
Mm-hmm.
to then like text me questions or something.
Yeah.
Because I could not keep up.
It was going fast.
very fast. I think there was,
You can scroll.
I can't remember what I was saying.
I don't know the total
But I thought
amount
it
of
was
people that
good.
watched in time. I think it was 20,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
But then I think it's gotten 40,000 something views since then. So that was our second ever live.
We're about
that
to be
we did.
big live.
So we were
people.
trying to come up with a couple of different things to do while we're in Oklahoma, either because we're flying, so we're not going to be driving, but there's,
Maybe.
well, we'll see.
We'll see. Thursday.
So we could either do it on the coffee cart, we could do like a live Q&A with the four of us one evening. I feel like if we did that, like a iPad of sorts would be better.
Or even just
like-
if we did all four of us, we can still be watching. Like one of us can be just watching it, like
Yeah.
throwing stuff out.
But yeah, so live videos, that's a new thing we're kind of doing on YouTube because, we can't do one live on all platforms. We're kind of just deeming YouTube as like the live platform. So that's going to be, super fun going into foaling season and whatnot. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Miss Abigail is the winner.
That was pretty cool.
She beat Nate fair and square.
You did.
And we will see y'all in the next one. And in the next one, hopefully we are talking about Denver's super successful world show. But even if not, we'll see. But see you in the next one.
the next one.
You missed. You gotta do it like this.